Yeah, we're very excited that we announced an additional investment of $3 billion. This is over and above the $2 billion that was announced in 2014, taking our total investment in India to $5 billion. So we don't share our future plans, but we've always talked about that India is a key geography for Amazon, and we will invest aggressively with a very long-term outlook. The primary focus is on improving customer and seller experience so that we can transform the way how India buys and sells. Over the last 3 years, we just finished our 3-year anniversary. We have seen tremendous growth and momentum in our business. And it was best said by Jeff in his quote, where he talked about how Amazon.in has surpassed all our ambitious and planned milestones. So we're very excited, and this investment is a testament to that.
Right. And in terms of the areas where it will be deployed, again, more focus on the logistics piece, the selection piece, the combination of it, where will this really go into? Or, new technologies that will really power your services going forward?
Yeah, again, we don't really break down our future plans that way, but it would be invested in enhancing customer and seller experience.
And again, we are at a point where your rivals such as Flipkart, Snapdeal, they are looking at the next round of funding. This frenzy for deep discounting has come down. So in terms of, your own strategy at this point, will it be, to continue this discounting, grab more market share? How is Amazon really looking at the market right now?
Yeah, I think that our strategy has always been very simple. It has been focused on the 3 things that we believe customers care about most. And this is right from day one when we started in India. It is to offer customers with the largest selection of products, specifically in-stock products, so that they can get it immediately. To invest in reducing cost of operations for our sellers. We believe that the only way to sustainably ensure everyday low prices is to make it easy for sellers to do so, and ensuring fast and reliable delivery. Over the last 3 years, we built India's largest selection of 55 million products. We have 1.3 million products eligible for next day guaranteed delivery, which is by far the largest in-stock selection. Sellers using Easy Ship and Seller Flex and fulfillment of Amazon tell us all the time that their cost of operations have gone down, their defects have gone down, and their sales have gone up. And when all these 3 things happen together, sellers price competitively, and which is what we see everyday low prices. And we built India's largest guaranteed delivery network. Our strategy would remain exactly the same. We'll continue to ensure customers have the largest selection of products as the most competitive prices, and get it delivered to them fast and reliably.
Right. Your initiatives, such as Chaikart and Udaan have, gone a long way in really building up the groundswell of support that you need in small towns, among small enterprises. Again, will, more capital go in that direction as, more people come online? If you see the Merrymaker Internet Trends report, it spoke about how India is at an inflection point. So will these be some of the initiatives, that you will, again, spend more on going forward?
Well, these initiatives are example of initiatives in the 3 pillars I just talked to you about. So, Chaikart is a great example of a seller awareness initiative. We were essentially taking cart of tea and coffee and serving tea, coffee to sellers in business dense districts, and it allowed us to have a conversation with sellers about selling online, selling on Amazon. It was hugely successful, which we upgraded to Amazon Tatkal, so our cart became a van. And that has been very successful as well. And Udaan is our test where we are going into semi-urban, rural areas and partnering with social networks like Vakrangi and other such networks to provide assisted shopping to customers that are not digitally that savvy. So these are all examples of long-term bets and investments, and those are examples that we would continue to do.
Right. And, this is coming despite regulations in FDI and e-commerce, some of which were not suitable to you. And so does this mean that, you are sort of comfortable with the regulations at this point, or are those discussions ongoing with the government?
Well, we've always been compliant and will continue to be compliant. So I think from a regulation standpoint, I think our investment is all about the momentum that we are seeing in our business and the long-term opportunity that we see in growing in India.
Right. You said Amazon's completed 3 years, of course, in India. The first 3 years, focus would have been on really building that scale and execution. Will 2016-17 be about bringing more of your global offerings here or consolidating your share? How would you really define your goals, for 2016-2017?
Yeah, we look at our goals again, simply along those three pillars that I just talked about. All our goals are squarely focused on how much selection are we adding, how much more in-stock selection are we adding, how fair, transparent, easy, convenient are we making for sellers to run their business on our platform so that they can lower prices for customers, and how more reliable and faster are we making for customers across the country to get their shipments. In addition, we continue to invest in ensuring a convenient and friction-free payment experience, and ensuring that customers have a great shopping experience no matter where they shop, whether it's the PC or the mobile. So our goals are, there are lots of goals, specific goals along each of these dimensions that we track, and that's how we track our business.
Right. Finally, Amit, just to understand, can you give us a sense of, where you are in terms of growth? Have you sort of seen it plateauing, or, is it only going up and up? Give us a sense of the numbers, even if not in specific terms, at least, the month-on-month growth numbers you're seeing, and also the average spend per user, if that has gone up for you. Other metrics that you would track, to tell yourself that we are in a good place.
Sure. As I said, the metrics that we would track are more around how much selection we have, how sellers are doing, how fast and reliable are we making our shipments. But if your question is, are those metrics creating the right outcomes, then the answer is yes. So if you look at 2015, we talked about how in quarter 4 of 2015, we sold more than the entire year.
Right.
And we grew 250%, which is 3.5 times year over year. When we look at quarter 1 of 2016, we continued, despite that large base of 3.5 times, we grew 150% year over year, so 2.5 times year over year. And our growth doesn't seem to be slowing down. And when I look at just the other metrics, when I look at customers visiting our website, we are the most visited website,
and
whether PC...
customers come back after the
whether
first.
PC or mobile. In 2016 so far, we are the most downloaded e-commerce app. So from all indicators, our focus on the right customer experience is paying off.
Right. And what would your first priorities be? I know you spoke about investment, but $3 billion is huge. So how are you going to ensure that you don't spend it in the wrong things and spend it in the right things? What are the to-do things that you have for yourself at this point? Because $3 billion is a huge check that you've got from the boss.
I think the good thing is we are very focused on a strategy that is driven by the things that matter most to customers and remain stable with time. So if you look at selection, low prices, and fast and reliable delivery, even if 10 years later we were talking, customers are not going to say, I need fewer items at higher prices and slower delivery. So when you have that conviction that these things are going to remain stable, nothing changes. Good times or bad times, it's exactly the same thing. You just need to execute on these, and that's what we're focused on.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.